Yes, we are.
And we are continuing with our concurrent viewing of all Star Trek The Next Generation in order. We're just about to watch episode 2. Um, counting the premiere, which was a two-parter, counting that as one. Okay. But we also are watching all of Rick and Morty. But on this watch through, we're just watching the Bird Person episodes. So we started. We're gonna combine season 1, the final ep. We're gonna because we're gonna but mostly ignore the B plots. Every episode of Rick and Morty has an A plot and a B plot. We're gonna mostly ignore the B plots and do one episode. I planned this poorly. I really could have done this better, but we're gonna do the A plots of season 1, episode 11, which is the finale of season 1, uh, and season 2, ep 5, because season 1, ep 11 is the introduction of Bird Person. And can you give us a quick plot summary, Steve?
Yeah. Well, they told how a party, right? I get told not to, and yeah.
Fuck yeah! So Beth Smith and Jerry Smith are going out of town. So the kids are having a house party like you do, but also Grandpa wants to have a house party. So Grandpa Rick wants to have a house party and invite all his aliens and all kinds of cool sci-fi creatures. But Beth also wants to have a party because she's a teen, so she wants to have a teenage drunken sex party. And Morty, what does he want to do? Well, he wants to be a square and put the kibosh on the whole thing because the parents are going out for a weekend together, and they've threatened that if the house gets messed up, they're not going to be able to go on adventures together. So those are the stakes, man. And then Bird Person shows up, and what does he say?
Time to get your beak wet.
Time to get your beak wet. Well, that's what Rick says. So Bird Person shows up, and he says, "This is important. This is central to all of Rick and Morty lore. This is why we watch this." I wanted to jump right in with season 6 episode, but it was a Bird Person episode. We had to go all the way back to the beginning. Bird Person shows up and he says the most important lines. He says,
I'm here for the emergency.
"Close enough."
Yep.
Steve says, "I'm here for the emergency." Bird Person said the beacon was activated. So Nate says, he says, "I'm glad to see there's no emergency." And Rick says, "Yeah, there's an emergency, a pussy emergency. What was the last time you got laid, person?"
Yep.
And he says, "It has been a challenging mating season for Bird Person." One of the most quotable lines of Rick and Morty, but of course, so the subtext here is that Rick activated the emergency beacon because he needs friendship. It's like a metaphor. The beacon was activated. Wubba lubba dub dub. And then skipping ahead to season 2, episode 5. It's the Get Swifty episode where, surprise, all of a sudden, Earth is in an interplanetary music competition. It's one of the most forgettable episodes of Rick and Morty, season 2, F5, but it's important because it introduces the president, who's the most badass president in television.
That was one of the
And hey, I'm going to ask you, does the president know how to fly a Black Hawk helicopter?
Yeah. But does. What was that? What was it?
All right, you cue it up. You ask me.
I'm not sure.
Ask me if the president can fly a Black Hawk helicopter.
Does that? You know it better.
Ask me the question.
Can you fly Black Hawk helicopter? Yeah, Mr. President.
Does the Pope's dick fit through a donut? Exactly. Well, it turns out that, I don't think we ever do get an answer to whether the Pope's dick fits through a donut, although Pope does become a recurring character. But we do learn that the president can indeed fly a Black Hawk helicopter, and we also learn that when Morty is stuck out and about on his own, Bird Person's there to help. You know, Bird Person showed up at the party when the beacon was activated, and the very next time we see him is when Morty is stuck out on his lonesome, and Bird Person shelters him and feeds him and all that. Um, any final thoughts?
I remember Morty going where to get the food. There was just a bird shit on his carpet. He picked up for.
That's right. Bird Person fed Morty debris that he swept up from his carpet, and then one of the other greatest lines
I don't know.
in Rick and Morty when Tammy. So now Tammy. Oh yeah. So now Bird Person's. The parallels are ridiculous. Bird Person is a grown ass old man who picks up a teenage girl at a drunk party, but she ends up being the one really in control. The parallels.
Yeah.
The fucking parallels, man.
Ironic. Sure.
Because I dated a teenage girl. That's the connection there. I'm Bird Person, but I'm also Rick. I'm not sure how Steve fits in. But I'm also the flying saucer.